kind of change. I mean, any healthy country, like any healthy individual, should be in perpetual revolution, perpetual change.
What are you doing? Show up!
Excuse me, Jennifer. Well, how's it going?
This guy up and his organ, and I remember I rented like a small minivan, and then I went to pick Brendan up, and it was like, dude, your fucking organ is way too big, dude. This isn't even gonna fit. And so I feel like you brought a smaller keyboard.
I think so, yeah.
You did.
Yeah, it was like a Casio.
Yeah, it was like a Casio.
Right, that's why I brought the Casio.
Because I feel like it was because I had the credit card to rent the van, but my credit, like, I was the one to my credit that had the credit card, but to my credit, I did not have enough credit on the credit card to rent a full-size van, right? So it was just credit. Like, once you're on the road and the money starts flowing through, it's no big deal, but it's that upfront cash that a lot of bands have trouble finding. And Brendan and I met during that time. It was the spring, I think, and I'd always heard so much about Brendan, this guy that lived in Iowa City, and I think I had long hair then.
You did.
And people were like, Brendan.
Cut.
Oh, that's right. I had the Beatles. That was when I had the Beatles haircut. If anyone remembers my Beatles deal, yeah, that's when I had the Beatles haircut. But Brendan had you didn't have long hair then, but you had long hair previously.
Yeah.
Before that.
Yeah, I cut it.
And I was really happy to be
Longer than yours, probably.
Probably not my. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was. You know, the thing with long hair is like you just got to grow it. People say, "How did you get long hair?" and you just say, don't cut your hair. You know, that's the start. That's the first thing. Brendan's big party, this is tonight. Brendan's going away. It's been sort of a scenario denial for me, right? I've been denying that Brendan, my longtime friend, as well as neighbor, we live in rural Johnson County. Brendan lives next door to me. He's going to be gone now. And that's going to be really sad out there because it's going to lose the perspective that Brendan brings to the table. And we're going to lose it here within our community. But the beauty of tonight is that it's not over until it's over, is it? It's not. And we still have Brendan here with us till the end of the month, and we still have him performing with Paul with us tonight. Woo! That's right. So let's get excited. Let's get excited for that. That's right. And so Liberty Leg was going to play. They were going to play, but it's not happening, and everybody's disappointed. But the thing about that is, all of a sudden, a little time opened up for my set, right? Little time.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
So, real quick, I just want to tell everybody here, you know, I got a new phone. I didn't get a new phone the other day. I broke my phone, and I got my old phone. I went back to Straight Talk Wireless. Okay, so we live in rural Johnson County. I don't get service. Basically, Straight Talk Wireless, cheap plan. Everybody knows, Walmart, $35, $45, $55 a month. The best plans available. Super great plans, right? Everybody knows that. Except Straight Talk Wireless basically doesn't work in two places. My home, inside my home, okay? And inside the place where I roast coffee. I work with Joel. I work with Kyle out there. And basically my phone works not in two places. But I finally got fucking pissed and I said, I'm sick of this. I don't care. If I'm on a call and I've already had to do it, I go out to my car in the winter and you start your car up and you sit in your car and you talk to somebody and you say, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, you want a pallet of Cobra Verde? Like, you got it, man. Like, no big deal. I'm a regular business person. I'm not trying to save $40 by sitting in my fucking car to do a deal. What's that?
Is that how you started smoking again?
That is not how I started smoking. How I started smoking again is just a random, just grab an event from my life and then magnify it, and that is how, at whatever point I started smoking again, I started again. So I got this fucking phone going again, right? And you gotta get a charger cord for it. Or two. I'm sick. You gotta have two, right? You gotta have one for your fucking car. You gotta have one for your You gotta have whatever. So this really gets it going. What is the deal with these fucking 10-foot long cell phone cords? Like, for real. Like, they don't work, right? So you gotta buy multiple ones because they're gonna break or whatever. Like, you probably could have somebody rewire an outlet closer to your bed, right? Or your couch than to use these things. They don't work and they're 10-foot fucking long. And I just feel like it's like either it should be 100-foot long cell phone cords, and honestly not that much more, right? Like, or more cost, right? Because it's like, it's just wire. It's really not that big of a deal. Or like 1 foot, right? But these 10-foot long cords, they're fucking annoying. They're stupid, right? And this, Brendan, is like, this is how one of my jokes goes. Like, it's sort of funny. It sort of gets going. But that's about it. Like, I'm sick of it.
That's how all your jokes go.
I go into fucking Hy-Vee and I'm sick of it, man. They have a fucking full display of all these cell phone cords and they're wrapped on themselves multiple times. It's dumb. It's really dumb. And I feel like people, the main thing is this. You want to make some money out there, if you have an electrician's license, whatever, you start rewiring people's houses to have the outlet with the USB charger in it, right? Am I wrong or am I right here, right?
They got those.
This is the greatest innovation in home wiring that nobody's seen and that people would go for.
They got those.
I know, they have them, but people, I'm saying everybody needs them.
Yeah.
Like, think about how, like, if somebody came through your house, you take all your outlets out, put in the USB outlets, it's good to go. Right? Everybody's sick of that shit. We can afford to live in homes like that. We can. Yes. It's almost 2020, so let's get ready for this phrase. Yes, we can. Yes, we can live in a home with USB outlets in it. We can. So Brendan and I, we've done what? We did the weather report. What did we do after the weather report? Did we do something? Well, brand damage. That was our big one, right?
Big one, yeah.
So that was our big. We played Twin Peaks on here. We had the weather report, but let's hear that. We played Twin Peaks song?
Yes.
Yeah. I asked Brendan to play the Twin Peaks song a couple weeks ago. And then yesterday I said, Brendan, so you got the Twin Peaks song dialed in for me? And he just was like, what are you talking about? But then Liberty Light canceled and then boom. All of a sudden, Brendan fucking learned the song for me. And if you haven't watched Twin Peaks season 1 all the way through season 3, do yourself a favor. Start to finish, winter is not over yet. Sit down, it's only 12 episodes, 24 episodes, 19 episodes. Very little portion of your life. Very little. For the true meaning of what does it mean for one person to experience the world around everybody else experiencing it in their own way. And it's the most important TV show of all time. So Brendan and I had a band. We met, we went on tour with Will. We had the weather report band. We had our rivalry with Andy's weather report. Right? What is a band if it doesn't have a rival, you know? Exactly. Minor Threat, Black Flag, they were rivals. There were rival weather reports, and then we had Brand Damage. Even better than the weather report. Brand Damage was
But then we
incredible.
collaborated finally.
We collaborated, exactly. We brought it together. Better than I can say for Black Flag and Minor Threat, right? What those guys ever fucking do? Very little. Very little. Very little. Yeah. So basically what it boils down to is this. This is our last show together. It's our last event. Is it? It's not, because you're going to come up to Louisville and we're going to do a show there, right?
Sure.
Okay. Brennan's moving to where? Can somebody tell me where Brennan's moving to? Memphis, Tennessee. Or Germantown. No, we'll just say Memphis.
Cedar Rapids.
He's moving to Cedar Rapids. He's moving to fucking Tipton, man. Like, he just had to get out. We're going to do two things real quick. I want everybody to get their brains figured out. I'm going to talk to Brendan, interview him for 1 second, but I want you to think. We got this bottle of wine here. I got these glasses. We're going to toast a drink to Brendan. If you want to have some of that wine, you're going to have to come down and tell a story. We're going to try to make Brendan cry one way or the other. So it's like, if it's so heartfelt, right? It's extremely heartfelt. I can't believe it. Here's this moment. I was snowed in. There was Brendan with the salt and the shovel. And oh my God, I got out of my house. He saved my life. Or a moment where you're like, I can't believe it. Brendan took my Sega Genesis. He cracked Altered Beast. He smashed Altered Beast up. And all that was left was Sonic. And it was so fucked up. And I can't believe I've never told anybody about it. Brendan tried to make everybody forget. So basically it's like, let's try to focus on the more heartfelt shit, but if you can't come up with the heartfelt, then whatever. But we're gonna do a toast to Brendan, and you can have a small glass of this wine. We're all gonna toast to him, but I want everybody to tell a little bit of the story. You don't have to feel like you do or don't have to do it, but I bet we can at least get 5 people to come down here and tell a brief story about our great friend Brendan, who honestly we're all bummed. We're not yet.
No, okay.
Not yet. Not quite yet. I gotta interview. Brendan's here. You're all here to see the great music, but I'm trying to save Brendan the pain of each individual conversation as to what your deal is. So Brendan's going to tell us, in his own words, what is even going on. So Brendan, what's happening here? You decided to leave. Why?
I have been drafted into the Space Force, and they gave me the opportunity to make a one-way trip or a round trip to Mars.
It's going to be one way for sure.
And I chose the one-way trip.
And so you're going to terraform the red planet, is that right?
Oh yeah. A lot of all over the planet, seeds.
The thing is, like, if you come in Mars, you can just take it, throw it out the window, and it becomes ice immediately. It's incredible. And then off to the races it goes. Who knows where it'll go? Some other planet far, far away. Right? And so you've been inducted into the Space Force. You're leaving. When are you actually going to leave town?
The 27th.
27th, so the second to last day of this month.
27.
27. It's gonna be 27 before we know it, right? And then there'll be an election in 2028. We'll be all getting ready for the caucus again, you guys, right? We're gonna induct a new leader. Are you ready for a new leader?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you ready for it? But you know what I'm saying about the wall? Let's put it right there at about Tennessee and Arkansas, don't you think?
Yeah, we'll move it up a couple states.
Yeah, it's like Kentucky's fun, Tennessee's fun, but man, you start getting into Arkansas and it's like, you know what? Those hillbillies gotta go, you know? Just kidding. Actually, they want to be protected from up here, you know?
Yeah.
It's the thing. It's the hard part about it. Do you ever get down to the dog track? Are we going to go to the dog track in West Memphis?
We are going to go to the dog track in West Memphis.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Everybody loves dog. Oh, real quick, I want to remind everybody, did you know that the state of Florida in the fall of 2018 made dog racing illegal? Did you know that? Mm-hmm. They did. What's next? Horse racing? You know?
Oh, look at
What's
him.
next? No. We're going to stop that right here, you know? People say we're going to stop the wall. We're going to stop the eradication of weird gambling events, right?
Yeah, it's gambling.
It's got to happen, right?
Mm-hmm. It's got to happen.
Great. Brendan, is there anything else you want to tell all of your followers? I assume everyone follows at Black Market Organs on social media. Get on your phones, follow Brendan, because he's going on a journey of a lifetime. Do you think?
I do. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Journey to Mars, right? That's right.
Yeah.
Via Memphis.
Real Memphis. They call him the real. Are you going to eat barbecue?
Yes, I will eat some barbecue while I'm there.
Are you going to go? My older brother's going to be a minister down in Memphis next month. Are you going to go to his church?
Probably not.
If I visit you, do you think we'll go to the church or we'll just get fucking blacked out?
No, that we less of a chance to go if you.
Yeah. Do you think I'll go to church or I'll fucking try to find 3-6 Mafia on the street, right? And say, hey, is it really what you guys say it's like down here? Do you think it's like what they say it's like?
It's crazier.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's right. You know why it's crazier? Because of the shitty gambling laws in the state of Tennessee.
Yeah.
I mean, are you aware of how shitty the gambling laws are?
Yeah, they just got to do it. You know, it's everyone here is really. We all have one thing in common: is really super into DIY, right? People like the do-it-yourself deal, the gambling deal.
Yeah. Do-it-yourself gambling.
It's DIY in Memphis.
Yeah. That's right. It's DIY gambling, which is also it's kind of nice. It's a throwback deal, right? In non-government intervention, right? Scoop the game up. It's cool.
The stakes are lower, but
Potentially. The stakes could be a lot higher, actually, too, right? When you start thinking about those. I've never been threatened to be killed at the horse track, but that doesn't mean I've never been threatened to be killed in a gambling scenario, right?
Yeah.
Brendan, are you ready to get... It's not a roasting. I'm going to call it, we're going to toast you, right? We're toasting Brendan, because that's what we're going to do.
I
We're going
wouldn't
to toast
recommend
him.
the roast.
We're not roasting.
Oh, I have a joke to tell.
Okay, yeah, tell me.
Oh,
A
okay.
guy, this is a coffee joke.
Oh, great.
Thanks for reminding me.
Right now.
A guy goes in a coffee shop and he says, "Give me a mild roast," and the barista says, "You have weird eyebrows."
Let's hear that Twin Peaks song, right? Let's give it up for Brendan Spengler, right? He's truly moving. All right, who wants to get a little free shot of wine and tell a story about Brendan? Does anybody? Start it off.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Here's your soundtrack.
Okay. I used to play in a band. This band was with Craig Ziegenthal
Greg!
and Brendan Spengler. And this band was called And after about our third practice, I got out of the house and he put his piano in the back of Craig's truck, and then I ran and jumped in it trying to be really cool, and I jumped on his keyboard and he said, "You're fired." And we haven't really talked in a whole lot since, but I did apologize to him tonight.
Yay!
And that's my story. Who's next?
All right.
I'm sure you have better stories than that one.
All right, Andy, will you hold this little glass of wine? We're going to toast it all up at the end.
I don't drink.
Oh, you don't drink?
Anymore.
Good, man. You know what I want to say about drinking is, like, if you don't want to drink, don't drink. And I have tried to stop, but I've had this thing that happened where I fell in love with wine.
It is good.
My friends have mocked me, right? They've mocked me to my dying day, right? But it doesn't matter because I love wine. One of my favorite things to do is bring it into this bar and give it away like as a joke, but somehow not have a corking fee, right? Like, I don't know how I do it. I perform. I don't know how it happens, but we've got it. I want somebody else to come down in between each person that's going to tell a story. I'm going to say what I think the meaning of Twin Peaks is, right? So one of the things from season 3, spoiler alert, so when Cooper is going back in time and he's through the weird vault and he is trying to find Laura in the woods, it's really crazy, right? He's trying to find Laura in the woods and bring her back. And it just made me think of how obsessed people become about changing the past and how the way they want to change the past. And how even if Cooper could change this one part of the past, all he could do was change one thing, right? The things that we all do have so much meaning, but at the same time, the ability to really affect anything is very, very minimal. And so that's one of the takes that I have from all 3 seasons of Twin Peaks. Katrina, are you ready to tell a story?
Yeah, I am. Hi, Brendan. I'm sorry you're leaving. I wish you would stay forever, but I'm happy you're chasing the
Dragon.
Chasing the dragon and joining the Space Force. Can you guys hear me okay? So we go over to Brendan and Adam Kelly's house to watch sports. Because sports. And Brendan, I don't think really cares for sports that much.
I love some sports.
You love some sports, but like
Indoor sports.
the World Series, the Super Bowl, the major sports events that we go for. The Hawkeye Bowl. Yes. Seems like you could give or take those sporting events. Yeah. But I have two little boys, and the older one is 4, and so he's used to going over to your house and knows his way around. And he sneaks into Brendan's music room sometimes because he knows right where it's at. And there's so many fun, wild-looking toys in there, lights and stuff. And Brendan is always just the most gracious, sweet teacher in those moments where he will just take Axel aside and, oh God, I'm gonna beat you to cut. But just sit and humor a 4-year-old and play music with him and do it for a very long time, longer than I'd be able to. So I just have to say you'll be missed, and Axel will miss you, and I'll miss you a lot. Will you wait? We're going to toast it all up. Does anybody else? Let's see if we have someone else that will tell a story. Not quite yet. All right, Ross is going.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you can keep drinking all you want. We're going to toast it all. Actually, let's do that. Let's keep making you drink and drink with them. Yes. Yeah. I got a better idea.
So I like this guy, Brendan. Many years ago, he dated one of my roommates. Eventually that went south, and I don't know enough about the ups and downs of that to know what happened, but what I do know is eventually he didn't hang out in our living room too much anymore, and then shortly thereafter he moved back to Memphis. And that all happened, and we don't know why, but what I do know is he left his Quintron Halloween record in my living room, and that was a huge score for me, because that's a very good record, and I'm pretty sure it's very, very rare and very valuable. And I listened to that record a lot, and I played it because I love Halloween. I do a big thing every year. I set up speakers for the little kids who come up, and I played that Halloween record every year for several years. And then eventually, this guy Brendan moved back to town, but he didn't know I had his Quintron Halloween record. So I kind of kept it on the down low for like another 1.5, 2 years, but as we got to know Brendan more and more, decided he's a really good guy, and the guilt just built up inside of me, and eventually I wasn't sure, eventually I had to fess up, hey man, you left that Quintron Halloween record in my living room, way back when, and I have it still, and I think I should give it back to you. And then I did. And that's mostly the end of the story. I don't know anything about his relationships anymore. Hopefully he's got other people in his lives that aren't my roommate from many years ago. But what I don't have anymore is a Quintron Halloween record, and he does. And it's a good one. And I bet he could sell it on Discogs or eBay or something for a lot of money. And if he does, maybe I would buy it. But otherwise, you guys should buy it because it's a good one. Or maybe he'll just keep it forever because it's a good record.